Good morning. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Sunday. We are back for more Final Fantasy XIV Realm Reborn. Last time we helped the Sylphs. We rescued the Sylph Elder from Thousand Maws of Toto-Rak. And so now we're continuing on. I had picked up some other stuff, so here we've got the next quest to turn me into a warrior, but we'll get there when we eventually get to Costa del Sol. And now we are going... Oh, that's right, we did all the stuff in Baderon, because we had to go to Baderon to figure out where the Elder Sylph was, and now we're going back there, so I'm not attuned there. Where am I? I am in... Oh, there's one of it. Let's go do that first before we head to South Shroud. Because this is where we are. And that's 24, so that's 24. Let's go do that one first. And we can mount our chocobo because we have a chocobo. Yay! Let's make sure I'm going the right way. Because it's dark right now in the Black Shroud. Just checking on one thing. Alright, no Lexia, what do you have to say? This one wishes to thank Adventuring One. Adventuring One saved the Elder One. That I did. But this one must ask a favor first. Will Adventuring One bring 3 bottles of fresh blood? Is morbid favor this one knows, but must have fresh blood from vile ones known as Jigas. Here, Adventuring One, take blood bottles. Use on almost dead vile ones to take fresh blood. Okay. Hunt mark. And don't mind all the buzzing. Animal Crossing is dealing with stock inside trading right now. Need to kill 4 of those. Got it. We'll do that as we run around here. Here's another one. Don't want to kill it too much. Let's do that. Got it. One auto hit. And 3. Am I over my, I must be past my time to get my extra World transfer. That's okay. And last one. And then we'll hop back on the chocobo. Disease Treants completed. Did Adventuring One bring blood from vile ones? This goes here and that there, then thread like this, then put that together. Done! This one has made a talisman for Adventuring One. His magic talisman will protect Adventuring One from scary ones. And as token of this one's thanks, these ones owe Adventuring One many, many thanks. It's a belt. I usually think of a talisman as a pendant, but okay. Alright, now we are off back down to Betaron. Since I'm going to cut through Quarrymill, I will attune. But I'm not going to pick up any of the quests until I'm officially sent to Quarrymill. I will clear the Chocobo Keep, though. Not that we're going to use porters ever again. I still must clear this thing. Okay. And they're off, whoever they are, and wherever they're going. Oh, there's another side quest in here too. Well, let's pick that one up first. You're back, lad, and something tells me you've not come for a flag and a Bascaron's ale. All the better, that. I just overheard some Garlean stragglers were seen in the Twelves Wood, and you know they're not like to be up to any good. Me? Why, I'd like nothing more than to gut those Imperial horsens myself, but I fear I've other duties to attend this day. We're counting on ye, lad. Go kill some Imperials. Which way? Looking. Destination under the bridge. And the other one's up there. One down. Saw to those Garlean dogs as swift and sure as I saw to me duties, did ye? On behalf of old man Buscarone and me compatriots here at the Druthers, ye have my gratitude, and then some. What with ye and meself seeing to matters, lad, I tell ye no flagon of mead or Garlean troublemaker on or around these premises is safe. Okay. Say, friend, there's something I'd like to ask you to see delivered to the Sylphs of Little Solace. This Azima rose oil. It's a gift to celebrate the safe return of their tribe's elder, and a token of Gridania's desire to unite. This wood is not what it once was. The calamity changed the elementals, weakened them. Until their strength is returned, we must lend them ours to keep the wood safe, but ours alone will not be enough. We must have the strength of the Sylphs as well. Only by working together and fighting together will we survive together, and the 12 woods with us. The gift I ask you to bear is a symbol of the hope that both Gridanian and Sylph alike will live to see the light beyond this darkness. I might need to switch those because I'm going to keep hitting that. And once again, my eyes immediately act up. Why? Where the hell am I going? I'm allergic to streaming. That's it. That's the answer. I'm allergic to streaming. gift from Walking One Buscaron? A gift for these ones? Such a lovely scent. This one has never smelled anything like this before. Walking One Buscaron and Adventuring One are very kind. Know that this one is deeply grateful. Many walking ones are scary. Many walking ones utter many lies and much deception. But this one is moved. Let all these ones be friends forever. This one has been expecting Walking One. This one fetches Elder One. This one is pleased to see Walking One again. Welcome to the home of these ones. Ah, there you are, Gale. We have just been hearing tell of your deeds of daring do. Well done. Ah, the walking ones who aided Neuroxia. This one is grateful. A pleasure to have been of service. If you do not mind my asking, how does your misadventure come about? This one does not mind. The misadventures, as Walking One calls them, of this one began when Imperial ones entered the wood. Fearing trouble, these ones decided to watch Imperial ones closely. But these ones watched too closely, and Imperial ones noticed and tried to catch these ones. Having nowhere else to hide, this one fled into Toto-Rak. Would that this one had not. In Toto-Rak, a sinister one robed in black tried to feed this one to a many-legged one. A sinister one robed in black? Why do I have the feeling I should be more worried about that than I am? Elder Fixio, we come to you as emissaries of the nation of Gridania. This missive bears the words of Elder Seedseer. This one sees, so walking ones of Gridania are fearful of Lord Ramuh. Plainly put, yes, your people summoned the Lord of Levin but once, yet that single occurrence occasioned great alarm. But it's not as if the Gridanians dislike you or anything. Actually, it's just the opposite. They think of you as friends, and they don't want anything to get in the way of that. That's why the Elder Seedseer wrote to you. This one well knows and respects Horned One Kani Senna. Be assured, like walking ones of Gridania, these ones have no desire for conflict. These ones resorted to summoning Lord Ramuh to protect the wood from Imperial ones. This one counseled against doing so, but was not heeded. Against this one's wishes, Lord Ramuh was summoned, and all those ones who took part became touched ones. These ones want so desperately to turn touched ones back to normal ones, but did not know how, and still do not know. Touched ones, meanwhile, wanted to turn these ones into touched ones, and did know how. So this one fled to Little Solace with all those ones who did not wish to become bound to Lord Ramuh. But walking ones of Gridania need not fear touched ones or Lord Ramuh. Unlike other primal ones, Lord Ramuh is not callous and cruel. So long as walking ones do not trespass on these ones' ancestral homeland where touched ones reside, walking ones will not suffer thunderous judgment. But this one has spoken enough of touched ones. This one would speak instead of these ones. As this one said, these ones desire peace with walking ones of Gridania, and so these ones ask for a chance to set things right. By way of an addendum, mortals who are tempered come to take on the qualities embodied by the primal in question. In the case of the Sylphs, Ramuh's influence has made them fiercely protective of their homeland. That explains why they're so hostile towards trespassers, but what about the abductions? A fine question, Ida. The abductions are, I believe, an expression of the tempered Sylph's desire for reconciliation, another quality traditionally associated with Ramuh. In the crudest manner imaginable, they seek to bring their fellows back into the fold, a timely reminder that the challenges posed by each primal are unique. Elder Frixio, we thank you for making your will known to us. The people of Gridania will rest easier in the knowledge that they and the Sylphs are united in their desire for peace. Wishing to cooperate, this one has written down the feelings of these ones. Please see that these feelings are conveyed to Horned One Kan Isena. And with that, I believe we can lay the matter of Ramuh to rest. The Sylph Elder was very reasonable, I must say. You could learn a lot from him. Huh, was that a jibe? If so, I feel it only fair to observe that one of us wouldn't recognize reason if it punched her on the nose. Did I say fair? I meant reasonable. Anyway, we're going to head back to the Waking Sands and tell Minfilia all about it. Fear not, we will be sure to mention the insurmountable part you played in all of this, and while we see to that, we should appreciate if you would deliver Frixio's missive to the Adder's Nest. Elder Frixio, we humbly thank you for your time. It has been an honor. The honor is this one's. Together, let the waking ones of Gridania and these ones find a way to live in peace. Please wait, Walking One Gale. This one has yet to give Walking One a token of this one's appreciation. Ah, my crystal. When these ones summoned Lord Ramuh, these ones were gifted this crystal. This one would now bestow the crystal upon Walking One as a symbol of these one's trust. This one was not mistaken about Walking One. Walking One is destined to walk a fate far crueler than this one can imagine. A brilliant light from within Walking One enveloped the crystal. This one saw. Mark this one well. The crystal will one day be of use to Walking One. Walking One must keep that crystal safe at all times. Before Walking One returns to Gridania, this one would ask Walking One to watch touched ones. So long as touched ones are not troubled, touched ones will not make trouble. If Walking One witnesses touched ones making no trouble, mayhap Walking One can testify to Walking Ones of Gridania that these ones mean no harm. These ones' homeland is fraught with danger. This one marks down safe places to look out for touched ones. Heading into Lark's Call. There are tempered sylphs in the distance. You do not sense that they pose a danger if left alone. I think my glove's downstairs. To New Gridania. If it isn't Gale, how went the meeting with the Sylphs? A missive from the Sylph Elder himself, if I may. So the Sylphs have no desire for conflict, nor do they intend to summon Ramuh. And so long as we leave the Tempered Ones be, we need not fear any aggression on their part. The Elder Seedseer will be overjoyed to hear that the Sylphs have welcomed our overtures, and in the knowledge that they bear us no ill will, we may channel our resources towards tackling the more conspicuous threats to our security. You have done this nation a great service, my friend. On behalf of all Gridanians, I give you my thanks. The Sylphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the Elder Seedseer to no end. But owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. Once again, I thank you. Had the Scions of the Seventh Dawn not offered to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may well have led us into needless conflict. Pray pass on my regards to Lady Minfilia. Hello Gale, can you hear me? It is I, Minfilia. Ida and Papalimo returned some little while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with the tales of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done. Is that not what the adder just said? Yet the end of one tale is but the start to another. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. I would apprise you of the present situation in person. Okay. Oops. Our 7th trip to the Waking Sands. This isn't the one that's gonna take me there, is it? Nope. I need to go to the one by the Arcanist Guild. Yes. Hey, 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 hey! I don't need no fighting. Everybody relaxed? Chill out, Leia. Chill out. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventurer, welcome back, Gale. Lady Minfilia awaits you within the solar. Please enter at your leisure. I'm given to understand that the matter of Ramuh has finally been resolved. If your resolved bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightly claim, yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Leven will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. That's what I keep saying. How fares the investigation? Well enough. Thancred is sparing no effort. There are many in one, just as you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. I've been meaning to ask, but is Alice quite well? I feel as if I have scarcely seen her in recent days. Oh, you haven't, and nor have I, alas. Alice has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl, but you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust the Baldezian report will serve you well. I take it we can proceed as discussed? Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to ask. To act. It is good to see you again, Gale. Propolito's so happy, which is kind of out of character. I've been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Twelswood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud. And with that, we can strike Ramuh from the list. So who's next? The Sahagin and Leviathan? The Lord of the World has not answered his minion's call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahagin remain as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth their god. As with the Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices, for a time at least. For a time bears repeating. We can ill afford to fall complacent. I'm going to move this over just a little bit because it keeps bugging me. Okay. It is as Justola says. Unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when a next primal will return to plague the land. This being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any word on Titan? The Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long, you may depend upon it. Indeed, so then, of all the known primals that have been active in recent times, we are left with Gridania. I mean Garuda, who was the primal of the Ixal who lived near Gridania. Yes, that's what I meant. So many malms to cover. Would that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we should not long have wanted for a more practicable solution. She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief? But one sure step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs under the sage guidance of the Seatseers. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You have earned it. Is there something else, Gale? Beg pardon. A man named Lahabrea, sporting a red mask and robed in black. 12 preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Scions took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods, this bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this Lahabrea. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to think... Eek! Tataru? A sylph in Thanalan. At long last, this one finds walking one Gale. This one is most dependable of these ones, is sent by Elder One Frixio to help walking ones. This one is called Neuroxia. This one comes as a friend. Let these ones be friends. Pleasure to meet you, Neuroxia. Ah, Gale, pray do not concern yourself with my welfare. My current investigation has yielded some curious results, and at present I am pondering how best to proceed. Excuse me, lad, this might sound strange, but you haven't by chance seen a fellow that looks exactly like me? I'm looking for my twin brothers, see, and I heard they might have come through here. They could be dead for all I know. At least it feels like I've been chasing ghosts for an eternity now. Greetings, Scion. I come on behalf of the students of Baldesion. You may address me as Clive. Is there some reason you are still here? Please, carry on. I am not here to see you. Brad. Geez, there's a lot of people in here. People in masks cannot be trusted. But Biggs and I wear masks all the time when welding. Okay. I need to screenshot that one. I think I got that. Let me check. Yep. Okay. If only Master Garland were still with us. He was a brilliant man, full of life and purpose, kind and generous. He taught us everything we know about engineering. Though, believe me, he could also be a very hard person to please. He would force us to completely rebuild devices if even a single flaw was discovered. I can only imagine what he'd say if he saw the tiny Bronco. Let's go peek around this corner first. What over here? Ah, Leavon. In recent days, I've resumed my training. Idle hands make for idle minds, and painful memories are all too quick to resurface. Knowest thou the import of the broken staff within the Solar? It fell from the grasp of Archon Louisoix, the man who, in his abiding love for all Eorzeans, shielded us against the storm of the calamity. The stars wheel across the heavens and the skies brighten once more. Their survivors gather and ignite a fiery dawn to burn away the glowering shroud. Ah, but Destiny, thou art beautiful. I'm starting to wonder if it's worth the hassle to prove who we was. I mean, maybe some folk would say, good on ye, mate, thanks for fighting to save Eorzea and whatnot. But I reckon most would ask what we've done for 'em lately, if not spit in our faces for allowing Bahamut to blow up half the god's damn world. There are two types of Ala Mhigans, fools who wish to fight back but know not how, and cowards have chosen to run from their worries. That young man over there is a striking example of the former. Me, I'm the latter, or couldn't you tell? Anything I need? No, because I'm not collecting crap. No, I'm in good shape. Walking ones from Ul'dah have not seen these ones before. This one knows. Still, most walking ones make such screaming sound when seeing this one's face. This one cannot get a wink of rest. Noraxi and I both wear a mask. We're going to get along famously, I just know it. Look, Noraxia, I realize that this makes no sense to you, but you must try to be more discreet. Years ago, a law was enacted in Ul'dah whereby... Please, just trust me and stay out of sight. I'm to meet with the antecedents soon to discuss a matter of great import. Abba thinks it's about my first official mission. I suppose it would be good if it was, yes? I mean, I'm not sure if I'm ready, but still. A masked man? I vaguely recall some Amaljan ranting about something like that in the midst of a skirmish. Of course, I wasn't listening too closely on account of the fact their friends were trying to kill me. I don't mean to waste your time, friend, but that's the only thing what comes to mind. Does Wedge say more after that? Because I accidentally clicked on Biggs. Oh, okay. Stola is reading a book. As you have doubtless witnessed in your travel, the lands of Eorzea are gasping under the pall of a suffocating darkness. I must wonder if it is this darkness that invites disaster, or simply that disaster has left such gloom in its wake. One thing is for certain, now is not the time to relax our vigilance. And I can't talk to any of you. Okay. Back to Minfilia. I just need to... Wait, I have tissue somewhere. In here. Don't know if that'll help, but whatever. My ears feel clear now. Yes, Tataru is ready to express her fight as ready to express her fight as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged in the same steel as you, and I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite, Gale, drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet, a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Scions' presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. New chapter. Oh, come on, voice act. I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary, Gale. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Scion known as Lahabrea. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound with dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Scions, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Gale. I didn't even look what 24. Okay. I need more coffee. Alright, speak with Swift in the Hall of Flames. And I do want to double check the next one of these. I don't think are until the 30s, which is when we'll do them. $35. Decline. Oh. Right, that's unlocking Palace of the Dead. I can clean that up another time just to get it off my list. Okay. Off we go. Masked man? Ah, you are come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there has been a sighting of this rogue near the Eastern Thanalan, nearby Eastern Thanalan. A brass blade stationed at Highbridge described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Kikern. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow's always starved for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have coin or mind to spend it. About leaves. Doesn't even show up on my map. Perfect. Doesn't show up on the map. I don't care about it. Totally going the wrong way, but whatever. Welcome to Highbridge, adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man? I'm not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of the many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, mayhap you'll learn a thing or two, hey? When the Order of Naldthal began excavating the ruin below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims, but thanks to the nigh-endless beastman raids, folk are too afraid to come within a malm of here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares. Spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant. The masked man? Bah! I'll take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but the vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go and ask the other merchants. You, yes you, adventurer. I need you to fetch 3 bottles of furball blood, and to do so with all haste. Where to find furball blood, you ask? Why, from furballs, of course. Now hurry! This is a matter of life and death. Aye, I've heard tell of the masked devil. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about Thanalan too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. We have been dispatched by the Order of Naldthal to conduct a thorough investigation of these ruins. We have only begun to scratch the surface, yet it is already clear that they house countless untold secrets from the age of Baladia. Secrets which will remain hidden forever if something is not done about those accursed buzzards. Ever since they began dusting across the chasm, we have spent more hours wiping their droppings off our tomes than doing research of any sort. I ask you not to eradicate the entire species. The buzzard is a clever bird. Say 4 or so, and I suspect the rest of the flock will find somewhere else to roost. The remains of Baladia. Do not look down, Claudian. You must not. You will not. You cannot look. Ah! By the 12, my good man, you frightened me half to death. But you must forgive me. I've been a bit restless of late, what with those winged nightmares swooping in from every which direction, pecking and poking and pricking at me. I might as well pack up my instruments and go home, as I won't be getting an ounce of research done. If, however, a kind adventurer like yourself were to use these scarecrows to drive the birds away, it would be another story. What do you say? Hey, hey, be nice. Hey, hey, hey! On the trail of a masked man? Aye, I've heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. It's said he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious, and that's about all I can say, little though it is. also my hunt marks. Yay! That thing just healed. Stop curing yourself! Thank you. Nope. Don't need anything for sale. Just a storeroom. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough about shady creatures lurking about. Folk have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the Keycurn raids. None but the most devout pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. What's in here? Oh, this is their storehouse. Thought I saw a behemoth on the Highbridge. God's sakes, man, you're disrupting my research. I was in the midst of measuring the flow of ether, but you've gone and made me raise my voice. Now I can't feel a goddamn thing. Bah! I say, bah! Sorry. My axe is so tiny. Well, have you brought the furball bud I asked for? If so, then hand it over, and quickly now. At long last, my friend, you're a godsend. Now, how did it go? Ah yes, stir twice, a dash of spittle, shake thrice more, and voila! Well, what are you waiting for, friend? Grab yourself a dollop and start spreading. My scalp cries out for succor! Oh, and do not try to miss a spot. Ooh, ah. My, that tingles. Why, I can already feel my pores opening. In no time at all, I'll have flowing locks a foot long. I can't thank you enough, friend. What with the sun beating down the way it does in these parts, a bald pate is potentially a fatal affliction. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Keycurn raids are so constant, so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I've tried to put my own welfare I tend to put my own welfare first, but like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. Ah, the investigative adventurer. Are you still on the trail of that masked man by any chance? I happen to remember something and would share it with you. You'll recall my telling you how the Keycurn have been raiding Highbridge, nigh without cease. Well, there is rumor that those filthy rats have been meeting with a great hulk of a man in secret. While I can't say whether this mystery is the mystery fellow you seek, I reckon it's as good a lead as any other. According to the witnesses, the rendezvous takes place in the Keycurn lair located southeast of here. If you go there, perhaps you'll come upon some kind of clue. Be careful, though. The nasty buggers don't take kindly to visitors. Free of savage peckings and buzzard droppings at last. I cannot thank you enough, friend. When I make my next historic discovery, you may take pride in knowing that you helped make it possible. Do not look... Oh, you've seen to the birds, have you? Splendid work, friend. Now, to head back down and return to my research. Worry not. I'll be along any moment now. Be on your way. Ah, greetings. Thanks to you, friend, my research has finally gotten off the ground. So many discoveries to be made and ancient wonders to be restored, and yet I have only these 2 hands with which to do my work. If only I could convince the Order of the potential significance of my work, perhaps they would be willing to dispatch aid. I have a report of my findings thus far. Might you be so kind as to deliver it to Kyokyozo at Thal's Respite? Yes, I'm multitasking. Sorry. Ooh, axe beaks. Alright, we're gonna hold here for a second. We're not going to approach. The big guy. because I am not OP enough to take on a Realm Reborn A or S rank, whichever one that one is. Welcome, adventurer. May you find respite from your hardships. You bring a report from Claudian of Highbridge? A most welcome surprise, indeed. I was prepared to wait months before the young one made any significant progress. What's this? The ruins date back to the latter Beldalian era and house the final resting place of Lalafuto IV himself? The historical implications of this research are beyond anything the Order had imagined. I must arrange for additional research and supplies to be sent to Highbridge immediately. Adventurers, merchants, travelers, Thal's respite is always open to those who seek a momentary reprieve from the hardships of the road. In the past, we welcomed countless multitudes through these doors. Sadly, the growing presence of hostile beast tribes and savage creatures now deters many from making the pilgrimage. A shame, is it not? Perhaps you could come to our aid. The most fearsome of the local fauna is the axebeak, which I'm in the process of killing. Were you to thin the flock, say by 4 birds or so, I do believe these halls would be far more approachable. Sure. But first, I'm going to take a quick little break because just a couple minutes, because I desperately need something else to drink. So I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Glycan has his purple drink. I have my pink drink. So, good to go. Alrighty. Let's go kill some axebeaks. And avoid the big rank. Oh, I should have gotten my glove. Woohoo! Vengeance. Reduces damage by 30%. Delivers an attack potency every time. We'll go around this way. No, we won't, because we're all on the other side. Those two are by Mahas, so there should be a couple up here. Look where I'm going, so I don't just run into a rock. Oh, this is an extra one. Bonus! Okay, now we'll go down and see to the keycairns. Actually, we'll see the keycairns after we check in. I just had the perfect idea for a cross stitch. My adventuring friend, a traveling merchant and his family just walked through our doors not moments ago. Each encounter is a blessing that would not have come to pass had those fearsome fowls continued to run rampant outside our halls. For this, I thank you. Disciple of War, me, yes, we'll take that. And we shall equip it. Okay. Oh, wait, you have more, because you're going to take me back to Highbridge. I am loath to trouble you again, but you have proven yourself a friend to the Order. I have an urgent missive to be delivered to Hihibaru of Highbridge, or to be precise, a petition. The Order would entreat Highwind Skyways to establish regular flights between Highbridge and Ul'dah. Such flights would greatly ease the travel of pilgrims to Thal's Respite, not to mention stimulate commerce in the area. It is for the latter reason that we believe Hihibaru and his fellow merchants would lend us their support. Go now, and may the traders watch over your journey. And let's actually head into this little alcove, just so we can check it out, because I don't know if I come here in regular main story, or if you only come here in Black Mage main story. But here is Thal's Respite. more hunts. One more brazier. There you are. Bruiser, sorry, not brazier. Although you do wield fire, so you could be a brazier. I knew you were down this way. I know where I'm going. This would be a lot more dangerous if I was 10 levels lower. But I kind of like being OP, because then I can just go through the story. And not have to waste so much time grinding out. Has your hair grown back yet? Gah, the sun, it burns! No! My hair, my precious hair! I can feel it screaming in anguish. How about a hat, dude? A message from Sister Kyokyozo? Whatever business could the Order have with a common trader like me? Well, I'll be. A petition for regular airship service between Highbridge and Ul'dah. Ha! The idea is so bloody brilliant, I'm right ashamed not to have thought it up myself. Business would simply go through the roof. I'll add my signature and deliver it to Highwind Skyways straight away. Now, if only someone would deal with those bloody Keycurn, Highbridge would be a trader's paradise. Yes, I investigated the Keycurn lair. A letter you can't make heads or tails of? Let me see here. This is written in Almalchic. You're in luck. I just so happen I've learned a spot of it back in my day, so as to expand my potential clientele. Seems the contents pertains to... Whoa. People trafficking? Gods be good if I'm reading this right. The Keycurn are trying to strike a deal with the Ilmaja. They mean to catch hapless souls at Highbridge and sell them off like sacks of popatos. To think that different tribes of beastmen are colluding in their villainy. I must warn everyone to maintain vigilance. You have my thanks, adventurer. Had you not braved the Keycurn lair, no one would have known what the creatures were plotting until they actually began picking us off, one by one. On the other hand, I suppose this means you're no closer to finding your man. Well, unless it's an Amalcha you're looking for, but probably not, huh? Oh, I hurt here. Streaming gives me a sinus infection. This isn't right. Here. I finally got some honest-to-good information on your masked man. This time it's the real thing, I swear. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own 2 eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thal's Respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man. You're a masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Kikern appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you have proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So, what do you think? That's some sound reliable information, even if I do say my own self. Well worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? So maybe I am actually going to go directly into Thal's Respite. Oops. Oh, up there. Okay. Jump, you chocobo. I said stop. Corpse Brigade Foot Soldier. Where are you? There you are. You know what? I think I'm just going to turn off mount music because for story's sake, I want to always be on the chocobo, but I'm getting sick of the chocobo music. So let's see if I can remember where that comes off. Camera controls. Audio. Play sounds when Windows. I have to play music when mounted. No. Okay. Now we just get to hear whatever music is playing. I'm good with that. Back so soon? Were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? A paper ward inscribed with a prayer to the patron deity of Ala Mhigo, Ralger. Gasp. The scroll, it bears a prayer to Rogar, the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Rogar is the guardian deity of Ala Mhigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last guild that your assailant was Ala Mhigan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. This self-same merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness beside. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? It's a level 30. That's a level 25. Oh, but this is decide. No, item comparison. Why is that so much better when this is higher level? Oh, because it's 2. That's why, because it's 2. But if I combine them, 7, 8, 7, yeah, no, we're gonna stick with what I got. Strength, fit, skill. Yeah, I don't need the others. Okay. Oops. I skipped the first part, something about Ala Mhigo, so it stands to reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head toward Little Ala Mhigo over in southern Thanalan. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is the favored destination for those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Ul'dah. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purpose, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not-so-warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much a help she will be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who has relocated to Little Ala Mhigo. Her name is Hihira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. I suppose this is it then, and I had hoped you would linger here a while, cull some beans, spend some coin, what have you, but something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best. I have yet to be... Okay, where am I now? I've only been in... Oh no, I've been there, and I've been there. Right, because that's where Waking Sands is. Okay, off to southern Thanalan. Without chocobo music, which means I can listen to Thanalan overworld music, which is pretty. Especially once we hit 6 a.m. Right now we'll just enjoy the sunrise. And I'm not going to drive home. Oh, we've got a... No, that's the leaves, right. Don't care. Pretty sky. Corrupted crystals. Welcome to Southern Thanalan. You need not discover it all yourself. Hey, Hunts! I I don't have a jump back. I'm not a bard. I'm sure I'm gonna have to cull some of these, and this is redundant, but whatever. And we're in Little Ala Mhigo. Do not mind her. It's not that she hates you. She hates everyone. The Ala Mhigans who ended up here are the ones who couldn't or wouldn't adapt to a new lifestyle. In a sense, we're Ala Mhigans through and through. Of course I hate the Garleans. They took our homeland and all that, but right now what I want most is to not feel hungry all the bleeding time. I'd give what little life remains in me just to watch the sun set over Ala Mhigo once more. You could travel the world and never witness so lovely a sight. What level weapons do you have? 28. Currently, I'm in a 28. Okay. Let's sell off some of this money. Sell, 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 sell. Potion, potion, don't need either. Okay. Adventurer, I would have your ear. Have you perchance visited the ruins south of here? It is said they date back to the era of the Beladians. As a student of history, I was delighted when my superior sent me there on patrol. My delight soon turned to dread, however, when I discovered the terrible truth. These ruins are haunted. Yes, you heard me right. Specters of Beladia haunt the place to this day, and my limited training has hardly prepared me to face such horrors. Would you be so obliging as to take this holy water and shepherd the lost souls to Thal's realm? The commanding officer would have my head on a pike if he knew I'd issued leave to someone who hadn't even earned the rank of Sergeant Third Class. Adventurer, I fear I've no time for pleasantries, but I would be much in your debt if you could perform a simple task. To wit, I need you to slay a rockskin beast and obtain for me a secretion of its poison. If you've seen one of these fearsome reptiles, as I reckon you have, you know that their scales are as hard as solid stone. This acid I give you, however, will cut right through it. I haven't much, so pray, use it well. Some of my countrymen are not quick to trust outsiders, but I've no time to entertain foolish prejudices. This is a matter of life and death. Let's speak to the other around here. A ways northeast of here, you'll find the Sepulchre. A frightfully named place, no? Fitting, though, seeing as how it's best known as a home to the villainous Corpse Brigade. To think that the erstwhile Kingsguard of Ala Mhigo could end up a band of murderers and thieves. Mind you, they had a less than pristine reputation in the old days as well. Frustrated as they are, the young ones here will give you quarrels simply for want of something to do. All it takes is a stray gaze. Watch yourself. The pain! I can bear it no longer. I went to Ul'dah hoping to find honest work, but there wasn't a single job to be had. At least nothing that didn't require me to give up my dignity. We're soldiers of the Resistance, goddammit. Every waking moment ought to be spent trying to liberate our people, but everywhere I look I see nothing but layabouts. Why, yes, he burrows, my father. He said, what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't bother you with family matters, but I am grateful to you for delivering the message. Now then, what brings you here? A masked man? I'm afraid the description doesn't ring any bells, but one of the others may have seen something. I would recommend you first speak with Gunobald, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Who are you? State your business and be quick about it. Looking for a masked villain, you say? And why should we help you, pray? We struggle enough without having to answer the whim of every outsider. You are not welcome here. Be gone. Well, that was productive. Friend, hear my plea. As you have no doubt observed, many poor souls in this camp suffer from afflictions most grievous. Indeed, it is to deliver them succor that I have made the journey from Ul'dah. And yet, I fear that my efforts thus far have been for naught. The residents are most distrustful of outsiders, particularly those hailing from Ul'dah. They look upon my medicine as if it were poison. Were an adventurer such as yourself to deliver the elixir, perhaps they would be willing to accept it. I have no one else to turn to. Will you go in my stead? My throat, it burns. Medicine, ye say? Bah! I'd sooner drink sandworm piss than that Ul'dah swine, or swill. Well met, adventurer. I'm Gillisbert, head of security here at Little Ala Mhigo. I heard tell that you had business with Gunavold. Knowing the bristly old bear, don't doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing to their hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Not even my men and I can get so much of a word of thanks out of them, despite watching the place day and night. But thanks or no, I try to help my fellow man when I can, and you seem a decent sort. If you tell me what's brought you here, might be as I can lend a hand. On the trail of a masked villain, you say? Can't say that sounds familiar, but I have men on lookout for a Malja to the south of here. If there's been any suspicious activity, they are like to have seen it. I had a mind to take them each a cup of sweet thanalan tea so as to lift their spirits. If you were to run this little errand in my stead, they'd be all the more willing to tell you what they know. Oh, I should probably attune to this. I always get... Little Ala Mhigo is not big, but I always get lost here. It's a very simple layout, but I always get turned around. I can't breathe. Ah, another phony elixir cooked up by those Uldan quacks. Begone from my sight. What is it, outsider? Come to mock us in our suffering? Go ahead and laugh. Laugh to your heart's content. That's what I think of your outsiders and your medicine. I'd rather die with dignity than owe my life to Ulda. Oops, that's not the right button. So what do they all say now? Oh, they're just gone. Okay. Me chest, is this me fate to die in this dusty hellhole? Yeah, 'cause you're a bigoted prick. Anybody else up here? Here's one of the signs. I think if you ever get married, you have to travel there. I wouldn't know. No luck, I see. Take heart, friend, you did what you could. Age-old wounds are not healed so easily, but I must not give up this cause. We'll take the potion. After giving the matter some thought, it has struck me that perhaps it is not me that the refugees so distrust, but rather the medicine itself. The Ala Mhigans are wary of outsiders, this is true. Yet I suspect it is the thought of ingested an alchemical concoction of Ulda that makes Uldan make that frightens them most of all. A naive girl's wishful thinking, perhaps, but it is the only hope I have. There is a kindly old refugee by the name of Alphin, the only one thus far to accept my treatment. Might you speak with him and ask if there is any truth to my theory? Hail there, young one. What brings one as hale and hearty as yourself to this god-forsaken place? Ah, Hihira. In my years, I've seen many an outsider come and go, but none quite like that girl. I don't begrudge me countrymen their judgments, of course. Gods know they've seen Ulda at its worst. But it's clear, even to me, clouded old eyes, that the girl means well, and I can't bring myself to scorn her good intentions. But forgive me, you were asking about medicine, were you not? We Ala Mhigans aren't much for alchemy, but we've got our fair share of remedies passed down through the years. Steep the fruit of a sabin tender in hot water, for instance, and you get tea that'll soothe the worst of your fevers. Call it an old man's hunt, but I've a feeling that even the most stubborn of me countrymen would gladly down a cup of cactus tea, even if it were the Uldon lass who did the brewing. Alright. Time to go kill things. I'm gonna hop on my chocobo to get there faster. We'll have to go out this side. Maybe, if I know how to get to that side, because I always get freaking lost in here, even though it's really small. Here we go. That gets us facing a better direction. Oh, body slam for you. Also, I was going to have to fight some of these. Oh, one of those things. Oh, that's a bad view. Ah, it's a really bad view. Alright. not gonna stare at me. And dead. Who the hells are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone. Want some tea? Well, ain't ye considerate? My thanks, friend. What's that? A masked villain hiding among refugees? Like as not. Me compatriots as live here go about as though they're dead on their feet. 'Tis near impossible to tell what's on their minds. For all I know, they're all up to no good. You there, are you an emulsion? No? Then carry on. I've got some tea for you. Ah, the sophisticated aroma. It has been forever since I had a drop of sweet thanalan. I'm going to enjoy this. What? A masked man? Jondo don't care, unless he's got dark, scaly skin and stands 10 fulms tall and has the face of a lizard, then I don't give a mummer's fart. Shoo shoo, don't bother me. If the Amalja overrun us, I'm blaming you. Look what I got. For me? You shouldn't have. Sorry? A suspicious masked man? As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't quite make out whether it was a man or not, what with the mask and the robe, but assuming it was a he was talking with some Ala Mhigans. I'm assumed he was one of them. Remarkable! You adventurers truly are as valiant as they say. I must devote myself to my training, that one day I too may be capable of such deeds. What am I currently wearing? 15! Yes, we will take these. Oh, and they just happen to be my blue. Woad blue. Or close enough to not care. Can't put my glamour on in this place anyway. But they match good enough. They look stupid in the outfit, but we'll get my glamour up back on eventually. Ah, you're back. So did my lookouts have aught to share with you? That doesn't sound like much to go by. If you're to get any further in your investigation, seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Ala Mhigans. For this, you'll need to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task. So you're determined to press on with your investigation. Then I have some advice to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without the Ala Mhigan's trust, and the best way to win that trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect, to vouch for you. Coin does the talking in Ul'dah, but the Ala Mhigans are bound by something far stronger, if not as tangible, a common purpose. That purpose is, of course, the liberation of their home from the Garleans. Gunnabold belongs to the Ala Mhigan resistance, so your best bet would be someone who's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you might want to start by asking them. So you want me to go back to the Waking Sands to talk to Minfilia. I think that's where we'll call it for today once I clean up these side quests. You return, adventurer. Have you brought me the poison I seek? On behalf of our countrymen, you have my thanks. Forgive me for my brusqueness before. Our skirmishes with the Corpse Brigade have taken a great toll on us of late. They implore poisons ever more lethal, and our antidote stores are running low. I must attend to my potion brewing, but thank you, outsider. Because of you, the men and women of the Resistance live to fight another day. I don't want any of those. Thank you for your kindness, outsider. I would ask you to help our suffering people once more. A most deathly strain of fever runs rampant in Little Ala Mhigo of late, and while I have succeeded in isolating the cause, I am powerless to remedy it. The fever is borne by an elusive breed of wasp, you see, and only by exterminating the pest may we put an end to the epidemic. It would seem the wasps are drawn to the pungent scent of rotting carrion. Douse this cactus piss over the carcasses of some unfortunate creatures, and they should quickly swarm to the scene. A traditional Ala Mhigan remedy made from steeping the fruit of a salmon tender in hot water? Why? I had no idea. I owe Alphen my gratitude. 1, 2, 3 cups of cactus tea. Oh, I do hope I've not overbrewed this. Please, friend, deliver the tea to the suffering refugees. My throat, You again? I told you, I'd sooner drink... Is that cactus tea I smell? Well, stop dawdling and hand it over. Can't you see I'm suffering here? Ugh, I'll go to the grave before I'm gulled by Uldan quackery. Old Alphen's recipe, no doubt. I'll drink it, but if the Uldan girl thinks a cup of tea can heal years of suffering, she best think again. Ugh, you tell the old wench that I'll have none of her foul alchemy. Cactus tea? Just like my dear mum used to brew it. I don't know where you came by this, but you're a godsend. They truly drank it? Oh, how I have waited for this day. Even I am so foolish as to think that I have earned the trust of all the refugees, but on the long road to peace and understanding, even the smallest step matters. We're gonna take the money and keep what I got. Okay. Let's go do this job. Thank you, friend. With the wasp gone, it is only a matter of time before the epidemic subsides. You may be an outsider, but you have brought more succor to my people in a day than I have in many a month. We are a humble people. I have not the means to properly express my gratitude. It may not mean much, but know always that you have a friend in Little Ala Mhigo. Done? We're done. Alright. Off to the Waking Sands. But I'm just gonna go to Limsa. Well, no, I'll get all the way there so I can remember that I counted it. Sands plus. While we're here, I will reapply my glamour. Arcanist Guild, not Fisherman's Guild. Can't actually save here because this isn't a sanctuary, but okay. We'll go until we can get to a sanctuary to save. What's up, Tataru? Good evening, Gale. I trust your investigation is faring well. Everybody's still saying the same things. Yeah, Bremont's still outside looking for his brothers. Welcome back, Gale. How fares the investigation? I see. Given all they have suffered, it is little wonder the Ala Mhigan refugees have lost faith in their fellow man. They have had their homelands taken from them, and for the past 2 decades have had to see it remain in the enemy's clutches. To compound matters, none of the 3 city-states have the means to take in all those who were displaced. As a result, a great many Ala Mhigans now live on the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. Would that more could be done to ease their hardships. I fear that nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. But let us deal with one problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation, it just so happens that there is an Ala Mhigan native among the Scions. I should be pleased to introduce him to you. Nothing here is... Wait, Acts 25... I have 28. Your Ala Mhigan comrade is named Highbridge. He joined our cause in the hopes that he might find a way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no effort towards the endeavor, I have no doubt that he would be glad to assist you. If I recall correctly, Highbridge is currently between missions. Try looking for him in the storage area. Aye, we've talked about him. He was last complaining that there were 2 types, those who want to fight but can't, and those who just run away, and he is the kind who just runs away. help he'll be. If it isn't Gale, fair heart, the Scion's rising star, is there aught I can do for you? You wish to win the trust of the people of Little Ala Mhigo. This is a daunting task, my friend, even for my own countrymen. I would like nothing more to the help, but I'm afraid my name no longer carries weight with that lot. I used to be a member of the Ala Mhigan resistance, you see, but I left in favor of joining the Scions. Though my allegiance may have shifted, my purpose remains ever the same, the liberation of Ala Mhigo. Yet whatever my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades, and they'll have nothing to do with me. Now, while I may have no more friends in the Resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Lahabrea, and she is a resident of Quarrymill. Say my name when you meet her, and she won't lead you astray. Ha! We can go to Quarrymill, and we can log out there. And I have already attuned there, so we can make this easy. Yay! And that's where we'll save once we get to Quarrymill. And then we'll do all the crap there. So, next week, we will continue trying to befriend the Ala Mhigan refugees of Little Ala Mhigo, and doing some odds and ends running errands in Quarrymill. Alrighty, so that brings us to the end of another part. Oops, Gale, why did you turn around? So I bid you all a good day, have a good week, have a happy Mother's Day, and I'll see you next week. And this person is... Okay, that was interesting. Farewell.